like I'm 22, guys. I'm not, but I will go with it. So if you ask me my age out there, just know I'm 22. That's coming from my guest. She is Ashley MURUGI, and she's the one who'll be talking to us about women in film production, because she's a woman in film production and has made a name for herself in this particular industry. She is a public relations and film consultant and an award-winning film producer. She'll tell us all about it, and I'm excited to have you, Ashley. Karibu Saida.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Great. So let me allow you to introduce yourself. You wear so many hats, so tell us about all that.
Okay, so my name is Immaculate MURUGI, aka Ashley. Ashley came from Tahiti High, actually. I was there for like 9 years when I was very early in my 20s. Now I'm a millennial in my 30s.
You look like, you know.
Yeah. So that's where the Ashley name came in. But in high school, it was like a nickname. And then now when I went for auditions, I was asked, which name do you want? And I was like, let's roll with Ashley. So Ashley MURUGI is like my brand name.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Nice. So
Yes.
the name actually sticks with people.
Kabisa, nobody even knows like Immaculate. I was like, oh, Immaculate?
Oh, you're immaculate.
Yeah.
So it's actually interesting, but we'll get to that later, because I want to ask you how people relate to you, how people relate to characters and you and in actual real life. Is it the same? Does it really affect you in some ways? But tell us about your journey first. How did you get to Tahiti High, taking up that role? How did you even know that you have this talent in you?
Yeah.
And then going all the way to be an award-winning film producer. Take us through that journey.
Okay. So when I was 19, I signed up for mass communication in a certain school called East African School of Media Studies at my diploma level. And then after 1 year, I saw an advert on the notice board in our school. It's a media school, and they were looking for a new class, a Form 2 class in Tahiti High. And I was like, oh, okay, let me go for auditions. And that's just how it was. I went for auditions, and Abel Mutua, Philip Karanja, and Madame Wamoyo, who was the producer then, are the ones who interviewed me, and then I got the role. So that time they had just finished the class of Akina OJ. So now they were looking for a new class. So if the Form 2s were going to Form 3, Form 3 they were going to Form 4. So that's how we came in. We were with Akina Makena, Christine Jerry, and the rest. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did you do Tahiti High for?
I did Tahiti High for 9 years.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The beauty about acting is that you can actually do it part-time. It's a professional whatever set. So we used to do like Saturday, Sunday, or when, the set used to be at Nairobi Academy. So, or during the holidays for 2 months, it's a British system, or during midterm. So we used to shoot like enough episodes. So it never like affected with my classes. I signed up for my undergrad at Daystar. So I used to do, Tahiti, and when I opened my company, I was doing like branding and entrepreneurship. So yeah. So acting has always been a passion since high school. My history teacher then is the one who actually discovered it during drama festivals, and he was like, the way you always ask questions in class and always giving feedback. There's a skit that I'm planning to, you guys go for drama, and I want you to come and do it. It was a role of a man. And I did it and kangarat nayo sana. And I think that's where now it blew up. Like I was like, I have something inside me, which I didn't know, because everyone was like, ananishangilia, like when we were performing, and I was like, okay.
Am I this good?
Am I this good?
Okay.
Yeah. So that really motivated me now to go into professional acting. So now whenever the chance in Tahiti.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What were you studying in the media school?
Mass communication. And then that was a 2-year program. And then after that, I signed up for my PR at Daystar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't do like film, you didn't study exclusively for film?
I actually did mass comm, and then after that I went to another school. I did practical. It was called Youth Film Platform. It was being conducted by a lady in the industry called Rachel Wanaina. We used to do it at JCC Parklands. So that was a nine-month practical sessions in terms of film production. That I also, it was a certification. And then after that I signed up for my undergrad, and then now my master's at USIU. Communication for Development, which I'm supposed to defend next week.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wishing you the best in that. But
Thanks.
it's amazing that you have not just excelled in film, but even in your education. Like, you're really representing out there,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
a good one.
Because what I
love
realized
it.
in Kenya, they really take education very serious. They don't take talent serious. Your talent has to go hand in hand with education. So if you realize that you have a talent in something, please go to school so that now at least you can get the insights of it. That way you can be able to like change policy or create policies in government and all that. Because for me, I've been in government. Government is my thing. So immediately I left Tahiti after my undergrad. I went back home. Embu County government, you know, was appointed as the Deputy Director of the Governor's Press and Public Communication with the previous governor. Thank God for him.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I think it blew up for me, because I went with a team of Tidy High, Akina OJ, and we were able to, you know, create that department under the Ministry of Youth Empowerment and Sports at Talent Academy, and we were able to do a lot of capacity building workshops with the youth in Embu. And we did a lot. We did a lot. At least, you know, creating that awareness into talent and creativity with the youth in Embu, since I'm Embu.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that is quite incredible. So you're changing things that are not working, because you have gone to school for that. You know, you have the experience and you've gone to school for that. So you have the authority and the credibility to say that this is not working, to influence from inside. I think that's very profound. So for you, it was Tahiti High was the first platform that you got.
Yeah.
And then now, after still in film, what other did you get into? What other film have you been into? That was acting. How did you even also get into producing and all?
So now I started producing when I was in Embu County government, because when you're in government, you're able to collaborate with the national government. And since I had, you know, partnerships with my previous whatever when I was in Tahiti, Kenya Film Commission, Kenya Film Classification Board, Media Council of Kenya, KRA, I was able to bring like 17 parastatals in Embu, and they were able to talk to the youth, just for the youth to understand how government can actually, you know, all these government parastatals actually have a creative whatever inside it. It's only that we don't know. So when you bring them together, now the youth can actually, you know, oh, okay, so I need to pay taxes through KRA, and there's this department that does this. Kenya Film Commission does this. Kenya Film Classification Board, because there's always a confusion between the two. Kekobo about rights, you know, we have the UN, there's a UN docket that deals with film matters and all that. You know, partnering with the NGOs, you know, like there's a particular film that I did, and my development partner was called Media Focus on Africa. You know, so all this, so that people can know how to actually, you know, take film as a business, not just like a talent and you're just shooting and
That's so fun.
Yeah, like how can you start earning through your film, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so that awareness bit is what I did. And when I got funding from Kenya Film Commission, we were able to, you know, produce a couple of films in Embu County. And that's how my journey started at home.
Wow.
Nairobi, everyone is there, so I was like, let me go back.
Let me go to my people. Let me empower my people. I think
as I'm also doing my thing.
Yeah,
being smarter.
Just very smart. I mean, that is very very noble of you to do. So how many films have you been able to produce?
So I've been able to produce 4 films. So I started with a film during COVID. I'll share the links. And then I did a love story, which I also acted and produced. And then I also did remember Jerusalem Challenge that was really rocking during that time.
COVID, yeah.
So, yeah, so I produced that as well, using, you know, the sceneries that we have in Embu County. Just for people to know, like, Embu County is just not Anjia to pass by going to Meru. We actually have a lot of, like we have Mwea National Game Reserve, we have the Camp Ndunda where you can actually do your zip lining. When you come to Embu, you can sleep at Isaac Colton, you can sleep at Nokras Hotel. Like, Embu is really, really a gem. We even have, like, white sands.
Wow.
Like, we have a beach in Embu called Riakanau. Yeah, some beach. Yes, it's in Riakanau. Yeah, it's called Kinara Beach.
Kinara.
In Riakanau, exactly.
Wow.
Hey, how am I forgetting that? Exactly. So we have like a really, really gem, and I'm actually telling investors, please come to
Embu.
Embu.
I need to
Yeah.
come to Embu. I think I've always wanted to come to Camp Ndunda for the zip line.
You know about it?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's famous. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of gems. We only restrict ourselves to Mombasa and maybe Kisumu, but there are other places that Nanyuki,
yeah.
But other places have potential, such kind of potential.
And now you need creatives to go and
show
shoot those documentaries and those films for you to actually know, like, oh, okay, so when I go to this county, I can actually do this. We have 47 counties, and I'm sure each and every county has something to talk about and something they can do. So, yeah. Then after that, of course, I did a documentary about the current governor. Her name is Cecily Mbarire. That was during elections. I was able to follow her for like 6 months, and yeah, that actually now won me the best producer last year in Women in Film Awards.
That particular documentary?
Correct, yeah.
What is the title of the documentary?
It's called The Force Within.
Wow.
I produced it, and my director was called Joan Kabugu. So it was 2 filmmakers following a woman. So it was a program called Filamu Dada, a call that was done by the amazing DocuBox. There were different partners. Our post-production partner was called APO, and our development partner was called Media Focus on Africa, of course, being funded by the UN Women, the Canadian Embassy, and the US Embassy. Yeah. So for you to produce a film, it's a whole teamwork, and there are 5 stages in film. There's the development partner. As a producer, you need to look for a development partner who is going now to, like, fund the whole film, and for them to, like, actually see this is the concept that you have. And then after that, now there's the production stage where you're preparing, and there's scripting, there's whatnot, all those people. Then there's now the production, now going to the field to do now the actual job in terms of shooting and all that. There's sound, there's a lot of you're in production, and then now there's post-production now, where you sit down now with the editor, needs to understand what you want as a director, as a producer, edits, first cuts, several cuts, look nini, the team in Angalia, whatnot. It's a whole whatever that takes like 6 months, 8 months. And then after that, now there's distribution. Distribution now is when now we went to our local counties now now we can have discussions of, this is a woman politician, this is a woman in leadership, she's a current governor, and actually if you are like you are a youth, you can actually be a governor at some point. It's communicating and saying, yeah, we're actually giving hope to the youth, to the young girls. So we were a pair of 7 filmmakers. Those are 14 ladies, a producer, a director, and
14 ladies, the whole team.
No. Now the program was called Filamu Dada, and I was following with Joan. We were following a lady called Cecily Mbarire, the current governor. And that time we actually didn't know that Atakwa governor. And then now there was a team that was following Gladys Wanga. We didn't know she's gonna be a governor. Yeah, there was a team that was following the women rep of Kisii, Nandi County, and all that, and all of them, fun enough, all our candidates, they won
got the seats.
Imagine.
So could it be that the films sort of helped Nini? that was a good
one. Being followed by a camera, you're upping your game.
Yeah,
you're upping your game. So it's giving you more confidence. So we usually say that, but well, it's just God. And they actually won, and it was amazing when we did the premiere.
Wow.
And these films actually took us to Netherlands last year for the Movies That Matter festival. They were so good that we were actually sponsored by the government, Ministry of Sports, under Kenya Film Commission. Yeah, all the ladies, all of us went to the Netherlands. We were able to like interact with guys from Hollywood. We were able to interact with everyone,
every big name in the film industry.
And they watched our films, and they gave us feedback, and they're telling us, now next time you shoot like this, you do this, you do this, you do this. Even that is really helping us like to up our game. So I thank that for the government.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite profound. How can people get this document? Are they available to the public?
Yeah, they're here in KBC. They're going to be aired very soon. We didn't put them on YouTube because we've been doing distribution in several platforms. In Embu, Kitale Film Festival last year, There are discussions that are happening with our development partner. So they're not on YouTube, but soon they're going to be. But I know KBC is going to be airing them very soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we will keep you up to date with that because we are KBC. As much as you're Y254, we are KBC. Yeah. That is quite incredible. How did it feel for you when you won that award? You know, best film producer.
I was like, Yani, the judges sat down and watched all these films. And I was like, that film was produced nicely. I really felt nice because, I mean, after, you know, producing 3 before, you know, film is so hard to get recognized. But yeah, that really gave me that platform. But then again, I really thank a lady called Dr. Susan Gatimo, who founded Women in Film Awards 6 years ago. The 6th edition happened on International Women's Day. Okay. That way, Women in Film Awards usually recognize all the women in the industry, from production, pre-production, camera,
everyone,
specifically women. So it happens on every International Women's Day. This was the 6th year. So that is how I got my recognition. I'm thinking if it was Kalasha, what are we weighing? Yeah, but now we are women, we are celebrating each other. So I can say actually women tumefanya kakitu. And then also there's another lady that I want to shout out to. Her name is Aitso. Aitso had this dream that she dreamt. She tells me she dreamt. And she was like, I need to do something about the women. I need to open an association for women because we didn't have an association. Now we do. It was incorporated last year. We got all the papers last year. It's called Association of Female Filmmakers in Kenya. We are 243 women in that group. You know, and we just talk about women matters and everything. Yes, there's a bit of challenge. You know how women can be sometimes. Kuongeleshana vibaya and everything. That has happened. But then again, I'm encouraging women to just work together and look at the positive side of it. No one is perfect. But
you can't agree all the time.
You can't agree all the time, you know. The people who have gone through a mental health break, you know, mental breakdown, the founder, you know, something happened. And yeah, it's just amazing how even Kenya Film Commission is really supporting the women in film, even through Women in Film Awards. So I can see this representation.
Okay. Because I wanted to actually ask you how women are doing, how the industry is like. Is it male-dominated, or do we have a level playing field now? Yeah. So how is it?
It was male-dominated, but now because we have now the Women in Film Awards, wameamua.
We are going for this, we can do it.
Yeah, now women are all over. Yeah, and I think also the fact that also government during Uhuru's time, when 30% even of tenders, it was very specific, should go to women, youth, and persons with disabilities. That also really, you know, opened up for the women and the youth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd say that the industry is actually really evolving to support women.
Correct.
You know, by design, it's you know, it's designed to support women. That is incredible. Now, in your own capacity as a woman in film, what are some of the challenges that you've faced over the years that you can now look and say, I actually made it. I did myself good.
Yeah. So one of the challenges is women not like working together. You're looking at this woman, you're like, there's that yonguvu, you know, and that is one of the challenges. Like I'm saying, like in that group, something happened and the founder had to actually leave the group and things just went silent and everyone was just all over. You know, it's so bad when you're not respecting the person who started something.
Yeah, because it's their vision.
It's their vision and they're the ones who can see it. There's that respect. And maybe there's that. And then also the other aspect of, you know, being in the corporate world and, you know, mostly it's men-dominated, even government, men-dominated. And there are women in leadership who, you know, women are pretty. So when you see like there's some men who just see this, the body and all that, but they can't see this.
Don't see the mind. They objectify women.
Yeah, that is so crazy. Like that is really a challenge even now. you know.
It's true, even in media.
Yeah,
you know,
even in media,
generally.
even in corporate, usidanganywa ati just
Kila
in the media.
mahali.
In the media, because now it's inaonekana. But now when you go to corporate, when you go to government, they just steal your ideas, then they implement them. They won't give you credit.
Wow.
You're just there like a flower girl. It's crazy. Corporate is murky, but now we have to fight, you know.
But now we have people like you that we can, you know, people can look up to and say, like, if she did it, I don't have to give anything for me to get recognized.
Exactly.
Wow.
Actually, the reason why this lady actually started the association is because there was that gap of you can be a producer on set as a lady, and there's a producer who is a guy. Now, you producer analipwa pesa mob kuliko the lady. So it was like,
why?
Why is that?
Because you're doing the same thing. If it's being
so
on set
like,
and
no.
That's it.
So she was like, and then she's this chick who's very, you know, aggressive. She was like, one day she was spanked by a guy. I was like, why are you spanking you at job? Why? Like, what's this? So when she started talking to a few ladies, she realized like most of the ladies actually going through a lot on set. On set, but they're not talking. You can't tell your director who is a male that this is what I'm going through. You'll just keep it to yourself. You'll be stressed. You'll start going for therapy and everything. And that's why she decided to start this association, so that now women can actually start talking about these things, and for women to just see that this is not good.
Okay.
Yeah. But
wonderful.
yeah.
I think, yeah, you know, having people like other women who are looking into getting into such industry, any industry, you know, can see that I don't have to stoop low because that's what is expected of me, is actually good to have such. Are you also mentoring other upcoming, you know, film producers, women film producers? Tell us about it.
Absolutely. Anytime like I am working on set or I'm working anywhere, even in corporate, I always have an assistant, either male or female. Okay. You know, nowadays I've started taking males because males also now we have the boy child and asaulika sana, you know, and now women have become so empowered. They're becoming so empowered. They can stand for themselves. But now what is happening with the male? Who is talking about the men? Yeah. Do we even have International Women's Day?
We
do.
We do. Only that doesn't have the same weight as the International Women's Day.
It happens to share with a day called Toilets Day or something like that.
You are right. Then it's in November 19th.
And it's Toilets Day as well. So they usually, you see.
It's sad.
And then there's usually that meme that goes...
I get you. Yeah. I get you. So that's totally fair.
We need them. We love them.
We love them, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing your part and you're tagging someone along always. They need to learn from you. And I think that's true leadership, really. Because you can't be perfect. You just don't want to be perfect, and you've not taught anyone anything. So once you've retired, the film, you know, goes down or something of that sort. Okay, how do you see the Kenyan film industry evolving too?
It's evolving quite well. Like, you know, when you have creatives in these dockets representing you in corporates, representing you in government, it's people who actually understand the job. We find like, people take like film just like, you know, to cinema. Like, what can they say? What can they do? You know, but it's quite challenging. But we need representatives in like each and every county. For example, like that's what I've seen because I worked in the county. Like, if we can actually like have film departments in the county, that would be really dope. Because we have a lot of stories to tell in our counties, and with the youth are just not in Nairobi only, you know. I'm happy for what Embu is doing. I'm happy for what Machakos is doing. We have Machawood, Kitale, you know, Kitale Film Festival. So they've started. So each and every county should actually start that. We have the Kalasha, which happens every March or April in Nairobi, under the Kenya Film Commission. But you see, Kenya Film Commission cannot just do everything nationally. Well, first of all, I want enough staff. So you can't have them in each and every county. So it's upon the county governments to see where they can place the film departments inside Ministry of Youth, Empowerment and Sports. The way we have Ministry of Sports here at Talanta Plaza, you know, and then now we have KFC, you know. So it's and then now we have the draft policy that's still in Parliament, haijapitishwa. That also should, you know, come out very strongly. We need to have government like support, like 100%. Our governors, please, you know, these creatives with their mesoma. So let them represent them in your counties, you'll be so shocked what a film can actually do, a documentary can actually do for your county or for you as a brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And some people say that it's usually the process is usually hard, and maybe it was easier for you because you are, you know, working in county. There's a particular producer I met, and they were trying to shoot a film, and they had to get, I don't know what you said, the licenses, approvals from. So is there a particular place that you can go and find all the requirements that you need to, so that it doesn't become burdensome that you want to shoot a week's time, but now you have to wait for 1 month because I don't know what takes.
I know.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
Yeah. So I like that question because it's whatever for Kenya Film Commission and Kenya Film Classification, especially KFCB. People need to know what KFCB does because that's where we get our licenses. Of course, through their website. But again, we need like that policy thing to come. Ndio watu wakisoma wanajua, yes, this is how it is from pre-production to distribution. I think for you, it's just for you to interact with filmmakers and for you to go to school to understand the whole process. Of production if you want to shoot a film, getting a development partner, because it's a lot of money. Producing is actually not cheap.
I know it's expensive.
It is expensive. You need a lot of funding for you to produce. Ukiona mtu amefikisha film yake Netflix. My God.
That is a
yes. That was
big budget.
Yeah, pre-production can even take 2 years. For you to come out with that documentary, you can even shoot for 10 years.
Wow.
If I happen to see, I followed Sicily in 2022. Sai ndio imeanza like last year and this year is when now I'm talking about it, because now we're in distribution phase. We're in 2025.
Wow.
You know, like I've gone to different festivals, Kitale Film Festival, Movies That Matter in the Netherlands. I've distributed the film and have had discussions about the film in platforms of Rotary, different clubs. You know, Alliance Francaise, we had a screening there, you know. So, like, and all this needs money. So you go back to the distribution, to the development partner, and you're like, yo, now I need money for distribution. I had money for production. So it's a lot of conversations and a lot of work as well. And that needs you to really jipanga and work with a very good team that can understand your vision. Yeah. Okay. Because through that is when now you're discussing about women in leadership, women in politics. You just don't see someone who became a governor just the other day and thinking like, aliamka tu akakuwa. No. So this story is, you know, it was being told through the mother's lens. And the mom was like, you know, this lady, this girl of mine, she has sisters, but she's the one who used to be the outstanding one. You know, anasimama ajishika hivi. You know, wakicheza, she always be like, she used to be like the leader, wakiwa na watoto wao wengine. So you can start seeing leadership skills through your child. And when you see that as a parent, nurture it, because you never know what that child will be when they grow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what
so it started there.
It's about. It just shows the journey.
Yes.
From the
in primary, you're a prefect. In high school, you're a prefect. You're a captain. You're a head girl. You know, when you go to university, she was in leadership, like a secretary at UN. Ivo, she was an MP. Now she's a governor. Now she's a UDA chair as well. You know, you never know. She might be the first female president of this country.
Wow, would be nice.
Yeah, because we have to have a female president at some point.
Yeah, we should.
Gladys Wanga na Cecily.
Wanapelekana
hivyo, you know.
We would celebrate that, absolutely. Now, for us to get to the international level, and we are already there, I believe, because now we have a lot of films in Netflix. Some years back, we only used to see Nigerian films, South African films on Netflix. And I'm like, where is Kenya? But nowadays we're seeing people, you know, come with the affiliate production. I believe the Abel Mutua team, they've given us films on Netflix. They've even come up with their own production. Now they're selling it.
Yes.
Even Butita, I don't know if he has his own production, but I know they work together and all that. So what is it about this that we can do more of it so that we put Kenya at a level where Nigeria is? I think Nigeria does so well. And I think it's the support that they have from the citizens and Kenyans as well, because we support Nigerian films so much. You'd be surprised that we give them more views in some of the films. So tell us, what do we need to do to get to that
We just need to market ourselves. Let's not put our films, because we produce awesome films, Kenyan filmmakers are creative.
Absolutely.
And I actually have a feeling that we are better than Nigeria. I don't know, but yeah.
I agree
Story
with you,
another day. But then again, we just shelve our films. We don't put them. Uzuri wa Kenya, I was just sharing the other day with a Nigerian filmmaker. And he was telling me that, wakisha produce, when I distribute uko,
everywhere.
you do what you want to do with my film. You know,
Wow.
people, you're actually marketing me as a producer or as a director, you know. And with that, it's giving them more money to create more and more and more. For them in Nigeria, film is a culture. Yes, it is a culture, you know. So it's a lifestyle, you know, and it has been embraced by the government, and they're getting, you know, very good support. But here in Kenya, like I'm saying, you know, everything starts with gava. You know, if you're being told that you have to, you know, shoot with a drone if it gets due happy, at now ulipia hizo licenses, why are we paying?
It's a lot of things.
Why are we paying and we're trying to actually like market the country or market in the county? I should not be paying for licenses.
I know, exactly.
Yeah. Just rate it and that's it, you know? Yeah, I mean.
So we remove all those limitations that are really stopping creativity, or they're limiting us as a country. Because I wonder how, because I have a friend who really loves Nigerian films, and every other day there's the productions, they have a production every other day. I'm like, where do they get the money to produce things? And each production has like 1 million views, and it's just a day old. I'm like, where are they getting views? Where are they getting money? So it's the support again.
And they support each other.
And they support each other. All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
As we come to a close on this conversation, where do you see, because now we're talking about women in film, how do you see women, the position of women years to come in the film space?
It's gonna be amazing, amazing, amazing. How I wish now people can just like take it like a business, like think about film as a business, because in most cases, I'll talk even about myself. I'm a PR consultant and I'm still a film producer. I still have to do something on the side for me to do what I love, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, because I have bills to pay.
They need to be paid. You can't say, you know, I'm passionate about.
Yeah, I can't say like film imefika mahali. What film is doing is just giving me the platform to showcase my talent and showcase what I can actually do creatively. But how I wish now it can fika a point where you are actually looking at film as your thing, like your main thing, and then now these others are just side hustles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll get there. Again, through the support of each other. If you don't have budgets, let people collaborate. If you have budgets, let everyone get something out of that budget, not a development partner getting all of it, and then as a producer, you're just there, you know. Yeah, and big shout out to also Timothy Awase, the CEO of Kenya Film Commission. You know, he's always available in all this, anything about film, ukimu invite atakuja.
Wow.
If you have a premiere, he'll come with his team from KFC, you know, and I'd like to see that from KFCB as well. Talk about the licenses. I'd like to see that from how is media helping. You see, like this platform that I've gotten from Y254, I'm talking about film. Let me see Media Council of Kenya. Let's talk about this, you know, and that way we'll be able to encourage more of the youth to join film business.
Okay,
and
great.
go to school and learn film as well.
And learn.
Yeah.
I think your story is a good example to go by.
Thank you.
So you go with talent, you have the talent, but also you need the brains, so you go for the papers as well. And while you're a teat, make sure that you also influence the policies if you're able to get inside and get good collaborations and everything. So thank you very much, Ashley, for coming on board. How can people get you on your socials? And in case you want to say something as a closing, here's your camera.
Okay. It's Ashley Murugi on everything. Ashley Murugi, if it's our website, if it's my Instagram, TikTok, I'm planning to go to TikTok. I'm just very heavy on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
But Ashley Murugi on all platforms.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
And yeah. And thank you so much for having me.
Most welcome.
Yes.
Hope to have you again.
Thank you.
You know, and hope you will invite us for any premiere that you'll have.
For sure. Now I know you, Steph.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That has been Ashley Murugi. She's an award-winning film producer, among many other titles that she holds. And we've been talking about women in film production. I hope you have taken something from this. I hope you've been motivated, encouraged, and now you have a clear vision or clear picture of how you're supposed to move from here. We're going to take a short break, and then Kalamival will be back with interesting interviews. So stick with us. Thank you.